Imagine it's 10, 20, 30 years in the future and you have an elderly friend or relative who needs help taking care of themselves. Let's call this person Mom. You and your sibling are doing your best to help take care of her, but you don't always have time to visit, while your sister Ashley never remembers to check the pantry. Last year, both of you forgot to register Mom's car, and she missed a doctor's appointment that wasn't on the calendar. Obviously, you need help taking care of Mom. Enter CareCoord, a mobile application designed to make shared caretaking easier. CareCoord has 5 main services. First, we have notes and a group messaging system, which provide a central location for any important information. Next, we have a calendar and scheduling system so that the group can schedule when they will visit Mom, as well as any appointments she has. Next, we have a health metrics page, which allows the users to track health information like blood pressure, heart rate, and more. Last but not least, CareCoord allows users to create scheduled and repeating tasks so that you'll never forget to register Mom's car again. Now, let's see a demo of the app from Ben.
Hello everyone, my name is Ben Hash and I'm excited to demonstrate the CareCoord application. So to get started, we're going to need to join a new group, and we can do this by clicking on an invite link that one of our future fellow caregivers has sent us. So if I open up iMessages, you'll see that Aaron has sent me an invite link. I can click on it and we'll see that we're now at the join group page of the app. And we'll see that the group name and group code is filled out for us as a result of clicking this link. And now we can click join to start using the core interfaces of the application, which are notes, which allows users to keep track of important caretaking information like the Wi-Fi password. Messages, which allows caretakers to communicate important caretaking info on the fly. The calendar interface, which allows us to view records of past caretaking visits as well as see the schedule for upcoming caretaking visits. The metrics page, which allows caretakers to track important health vitals and whatever else they'd like to track. And the task page, which allows us to create to-do tasks that populate the caretaking visit itineraries. So let's get started here. Creating a new task is a fairly simple process. We'll simply click the Create Task icon at the bottom right. And then let's say I forgot to make a task for refilling Mom's medication. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Refill Mom's medication for the title. And then let's say grab Advil for the description. And let's have this start on the 20th. And let's have it repeat daily. We could also have it repeat weekly or annually if we'd like to. I can click Create Task, and to find a new task, we can do a number of things. We can filter tasks by their repeat behavior. For example, in this case, it was daily tasks. We can also search for tasks. So if I search for refill, you'll see that it shows up. And we can also sort tasks by due date, alphabetical order, or repeat behavior if we'd like to. Once the task has been created, we can always go back and edit it or delete it. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Perfect, behaves as expected. Now let's move on to the calendar interface. So from here, we can see records of past caretaking visits. So on the 14th, I completed all of my caretaking tasks. And if we go to today, we'll see that no one has volunteered to visit for today, which is Wednesday the 19th. So I'll go ahead and do that now. And then I'll have a fellow caregiver volunteer for the 21st. And we'll see that that has updated live as they've done that. Now, if it's our turn to visit Mom today, we'll see a red banner at the bottom of the screen that's flashing that tells us to start recording our visit. So we can click on that to start actually recording the visit. So I'll check off caretaking tasks as I finish them. So I check the pantry, I did the dishes, I check the thermostat, and then I'll take any relevant visit notes as I go along. So maybe I swept the floor too. And once I'm done with that, I can click Finish, Confirm, and we'll see that our visit has been recorded in the calendar. So perfect. Now let's move on to the messages interface. So from here, we'll see any live messages as people send them. So we can see that Sunny just sent me a text saying, "Hey Ben, did you remember to check the pantry?" Let's send him a selfie back to indicate that we did in fact remember to check the pantry. So I'll give him a little thumbs up. Perfect, I'll go ahead and use that photo. And then once that sends through, we can view the message image in full screen. And we might want to store some messages to make sure they aren't lost in the weeds later. So to do this, we can hold down on the message and click pin to pin it. And then we can access pin messages by clicking the pin icon in the top right. And from here, we can also unpin messages as we see fit. Perfect. Let's move on to the notes interface. So from here, users can see all the notes that the caretaking group has created. And to create a new note, we can click on the create icon in the bottom right. And we can give the note a title. So let's say read med directions. And we can do a number of things here, like create bolded lists, bolded text, adjust the centering of the text. I'll go ahead and add an image here, as I think that's pretty useful. And I have this image of a prescription label and how to read it, so I think that's relevant to the note here. And once we're done, we can click the check mark to save the note. And we can always go back and edit it or delete it at any time. Okay, now let's move on to the metrics page. So from here, like I said before, users can create graphs to track important health vitals. I see that heart rate isn't on here, so I'll go ahead and add a graph for that. So I can click the create icon in the bottom right. Let's call it heart rate, and let's give it units of BPM. I'll go ahead and click save, and we'll see that the heart rate graph is created. There's no new data yet, so I'll go ahead and add a measurement. Let's say it was at 90 beats per minute. And then we'll see that the graph has been updated to reflect that. If we ever put in incorrect information, we can always click edit and delete a measurement, or we can delete the entire graph if we want to by clicking the trash icon in the top right. So those are the core interfaces, but there's also the settings page as well. So let's click the top left icon with the little man and the gear. And then we'll see we're at the settings page. From here, we can edit our profile, like change our profile picture, for example, or any of our other information. We can toggle notifications. And also we have our group settings. So this is pretty useful. We can see all the visit history. So we can see I've completed 2 visits and all my other group members have completed various amounts of visits. We can also see the completion rate for those group members as well. We can also send that invite link that Aaron sent us earlier. And finally, we can leave the group. And if we click the top 3 icons in the top right, we can switch between our various caretaking groups that we've already joined, like so. We'll go ahead and do that now. And we'll see that we're in the different caretaking group. I'll go ahead and log out to finish off the demo. And then I'll hand things off to Sun to talk about some of the technologies that we used to build our CareCoord application.
Hello everyone, my name is Singrit, and today I will be talking about the front-end technology that we use to build our application. To start with, we use React Native with Expo framework to build our front-end application, and on top of that, we use Socket technology in order to enhance the user experience by allowing real-time updates. To identify a user, we allow users to log in using Google OAuth that interact with Google API and identify the user. We allow users to receive notifications by using Expo notification interface that works with both Android and iOS. Well, that will wrap up our front-end technology, and I will hand things off to Aaron to talk about the back-end.
Hi, my name is Aaron Hio, and I'll be talking more about the back-end technologies that we use to bring our project CareCoord to life. In terms of our backend server, we use Express.js to easily build our REST API server, which is also containerized using Docker and deployed to the cloud on an EC2 instance using AWS. In terms of our database, we chose to use MySQL because that was what my teammates were most familiar with. And for our CI/CD pipeline, we have a bunch of unit tests running before our code is automatically deployed to the cloud. And that's CareCoord. We are very excited about all of the features we were able to complete throughout this past year, and we hope that our project will be able to ease the burden of those taking care of elderly loved ones. Thank you.